No one gives a about the Veep. Well, we do, but let's be real. It's not the most inspiring position. One of my favorite anecdotes about US politics is how when President Dwight D. Eisenhower was asked which major White House decisions his vice president was involved in, and he responded by saying, "If you give me a week, I might think of one." That snark gets to the heart of how the vice president has traditionally been seen, an uninvolved guy who's just there in case the lead dude gets knocked out. After all, the Constitution entrusts the vice president with just two basic duties. First, to oversee the Senate and vote if there's any tie, and two, to take over the presidency in case the president was unable to carry out his or her duties, whatever the reason. That's literally it. But who the vice president is can be critical to a presidential candidate, specifically when it comes to winning the presidency. And no, contrary to popular belief, it's not about home state advantage. Usually a presidential candidate will pick a running mate who balances out his or her own political experience. So for example, a state governor may pick someone who's got experience on the Hill, like Governor Mitt Romney picking Representative Paul Ryan as a running mate in the 2012 election cycle.
Join me in welcoming the next president of the United States, Paul Ryan.
And it's not just about where the running mates had experience, it's also about what kind of experience. Like when a candidate is weak on foreign policy and hasn't been in the game that long. In 2001, then Governor George W. Bush picked a White House veteran from his dad's administration, former Secretary of Defense Dick Cheney. President Barack Obama's Veep pick in 2008 followed a similar, although less aggressive, approach. The senator from Chicago was criticized for his lack of political experience, especially when it came to foreign policy. He only had 4 years of experience at the federal level. So it made sense when he brought in Senator Joe Biden, who not only had 26 years of federal experience, but an established foreign policy track record, something Senator Obama just didn't have. But what about actually winning an election? Well, a vice president won't necessarily make or break a presidential candidate, but the wrong pick can still hurt. In 2008, Governor Sarah Palin cost Senator John McCain 1.2 million votes, or about 1.6 percentage points on election day. While that percentage wouldn't have changed the outcome of the election, it's still a significant loss. So a running mate can actually be pretty important for any presidential candidate, but with limited responsibility, how important are they after the election?